The year is 1954. That I was playing in the garden, and one minute I saw a flash of a black hand and a white cloth that covered my face. I smelled a pungent chemical odor. My last thought is that I'm dying. I do not know how much time had passed when weak sensations began to return to me, and I heard the engine noise. I was in the back of the truck, and I wasn't alone. There were other kids in the truck. I lost consciousness again. When I woke up, I realized that I was being carried by an adult man. In the thicket of the forest, a man roughly threw me off his shoulder and threw me to the ground. Stunned, I tried to get up, but all I saw were two pairs of long legs running away. I had no idea where I was. The darkness was gathering, and the eerie night sounds of the jungle were terrifying. I was almost 5 years old, helpless, abandoned, and so afraid to be alone. The scorching heat woke me up. I struggled to my feet and started looking for a way out. But where to go? Looking around, I saw only trees, and more trees. I wandered around inconsolably, crying and wondering why my mom hadn't come looking for me. When daylight turned to dusk, I realized that I would have to spend the night among wild animals. The next day, I was woken up by a stomach ache from hunger. I curled up on the ground in despair and wanted to die. Then I dozed off, and when I woke up, I saw that I was surrounded by monkeys. One of the monkeys came out of the circle, came up to me, and with one strong push turned me on my side. I was trembling on the ground, tensely waiting for the second blow, but it didn't happen. The monkey returned to the circle, squatted down, and continued to watch me along with everyone else. They started poking and shoving me, grabbing my dirty dress and digging into my hair. Still, I was mesmerized by the way they enjoyed each other's company. There was something about them that made them seem like a family. They slept high up in the canopy, and I had to make do with curling up on the bare ground below, between two bushes. When I first saw monkeys fighting intruders, I was terrified. One minute they were playing, and the next minute there was a crash and a crash of breaking branches. The sounds of violence coming from above were terrifying, and the screams of the combatants were so loud and eerie that I hid under a bush, covering my ears with my hands. When they came down again, I was shocked to see blood around the mouths of many of them. What I clearly remember from that time is the feeling of incredible loneliness. Day after day passed, and still my parents were not there. My hope of salvation was fading. I imitated the sounds that the monkeys made, and soon I realized that the monkeys were responding to me. Every day I got dirtier and itched more often. Not only was my skin getting drier, but it was soon covered in fleas. And soon I got sick. My stomach hurt like crazy. I ate tamarind the day before, but apparently it was spoiled. I met with sympathy. Grandpa the monkey jumped down from the tree and came up to me. He squeezed my hand tightly, then began to shake me slightly, pushing me as if intending to take me somewhere else. And then I suddenly went tumbling down and landed in a small backwater of the river. Grandpa Monkey wanted to plunge my head into the water, holding me tightly by the hair. I resisted, and at that moment he lifted my face and looked me straight in the eyes. His expression was completely calm, not angry. I trusted him, plunged into the water, and began to drink large gulps of dirty water. Feeling it pour into my nose, then got out, collapsed face down on the ground, and then started coughing, and I threw up. The cleansing worked, and I felt like I could slowly return to our territory. Grandpa Monkey seemed pleased with his efforts, turned around, and ran ahead of me. From that moment on, Grandpa Monkey's attitude towards me completely changed. If he was indifferent before, now he felt like my protector and friend. I decided to learn how to climb the treetops to join my family of monkeys. I was getting stronger, and the muscles in my arms and legs were developing. I'll remember the day I got to the shed for the rest of my life. The view in front of me was literally breathtaking. Now I have become a part of their world. To be continued.